You don't know the power of the dark side.
Broadcasting live from 38 Studios in Providence, this is the Go Ask Mickey podcast, helping you with the tips, tricks, and the tools needed to save you time and money on your next Disney vacation. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, send them to goaskmickey@gmail.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of the Go Ask Mickey podcast. My name's Jerry from goaskmickey.com, and joining me in the studio today is the world-famous Fast Eddie. On this week's episode, we are discussing the top 5 ways to save money on a Disney World vacation. If you have any questions you want answered on the show, please send them on over to goaskmickey@gmail.com.
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder!
Who's scruffy looking?
You're listening to the Go Ask Mickey podcast.
All right, this is what's going on this week in the world. While nothing seems imminent, there seems to be rumor of new pavilions to be added to World Showcase. Now, this is a rumor. There have been several indications that a Brazil, Spain, or Puerto Rico pavilion is or was being considered for Epcot's World Showcase. In 2011, a Brazilian newspaper reported that Disney has been in discussions with the Brazilian government about sponsoring a Brazil pavilion in the World Showcase. Around the same time, other indications have come in from Vinyl Nation, where a set of 12 Vinyl Nation was released where each figure featured a flag of one of the 11 countries currently in World Showcase. The 12th figure featured the Brazil flag. Now, in May of 2014, a piece of concept art for the Brazil Pavilion was posted online in Walt Disney World Magic discussion of the Ratatouille attraction from Disney Parks in Paris, and is being considered in the France Pavilion in Epcot. Also, in September of 2014, Metro or something, a Puerto Rican newspaper, reported that Puerto Rico could begin construction on a new pavilion in 2017. And in March of 2017, the unofficial guide, Jim Hill's Disney Dish podcast with Len Testa, discussed the possibility of a Spain pavilion featuring an attraction based on an upcoming animated movie, Gigantic. Now, all this is speculation, but I think, Epcot is going to be the next park to be renovated probably as soon as Hollywood Studios is finished, because that needs some major overhaul. I mean, a lot of the World Showcase is fine, but it's the other places that need help. The Ellen's Energy Adventure, all that stuff is taking a big hit because it's not projecting. Figment, all that stuff is holding out. So there's rumors of Ratatouille coming in, or Guardians of the Galaxy is supposed to be replacing Ellen's Energy Adventure. So there's a lot of speculation on rumors of what's going on. But over the next probably 6 months, maybe after D23 in July, we will probably know a little bit more. But as of right now, that kind of looks like it's a good to go with. So we will see. Also this week, in the park next door, is the Monsters, Inc. replacement coming to Rock and Roller Coaster. Now, this is a rumor as well, but, Disney has given Aerosmith a hard time over the past probably year of so-called things that were going on, with his hand and all that stuff, Steven Tyler's hand. So that has been swept under the rug, but now there's a rumor of a replacement for Rock and Roller Coaster, and it's been going on for a few years, but most of them seem to be speculative until lately, where the rumor that the Rock and Roller Coaster would be themed as part of a Monsters, Inc. Monstropolis themed area. And that would include most of the animation courtyard. Also on a recent-ish episode of the Unofficial Guide's Disney Dish with Jim Hill, he mentioned that after Star Wars Lands opens, Disney is looking at replacing Animation Courtyard with a Monsters, Inc. themed area that may also include a re-theme of the Rock and Roller Coaster. Now, it may or may not. There's been rumor of the Guardians of the Galaxy replacing Rock and Roller Coaster. So there's many different possibilities. I like that idea of the Monsters, Inc. I think that's a good deal. And the Guardians too, because Aerosmith has the music going on that ride. If they replace that with Guardians of the Galaxy, they have some great songs on their soundtrack. They could be playing lots, and they can alternate those songs all the time. So you're not hearing the same song on every ride. You get a different version. So it's just something to think about for Disney to throw around. We will see. It may happen, it may not happen, but they're definitely talking about the Pixar with the Toy Stories, the Star Wars. They're leaning on the Monsters, Inc. So it's definitely becoming a kid park as soon as Hollywood Studios opens back up, pretty much, because it's like half a park right now. So with that, also this week in the news. All right, and this week we have some refurbishment and reclosures for this week. Well, for this summer, basically. And that is the Mission Space, the green and the orange, are both down until July 28th. Those will be down for Mission Space. The Liberty Square Riverboat is going down from August 1st to August 10th. Splash Mountain, a lot of people are really mad about this, is from August 28th to November 16th. That's a long refurb. And then Blizzard Beach is going from October 30th to January 7th. So those are the refurbs. The Boulder, also Hidden Springs, the Boulder Ridge Cove pool should be open. I think it's this week, June 21st, should be reopening. Should be a confirmed opening, and I haven't heard otherwise. So June 21st for that, and then June 29th, the Hall of Presidents is to reopen with President Trump. So that is a special ride. Other than that, that is it for this week in Disney. All right, we will be right back with the top ways to save money on your Disney vacation. Coming up right after this. All right, and welcome back. This week we are discussing the top 5 ways of saving for a Disney vacation. Now, there's different variations that people use. Some people like to throw it on a credit card and pay it later. Some people take tax refunds and pay it with their tax refunds. Everybody has their own special way of planning for your Disney vacation. Some people set up a vacation account. So there's many different ways. Now, this one is just basically the top 5, which I came up with, of the best ways to save. And what you're going to do is you're going to get the most out of your own money. So with this being the general idea of what I was doing was I took $4,000 over a 12-month period. Now, the trip itself is a $4,000 trip, family for wherever. I didn't put in any specifics of what value or deluxe or moderate resort. No, it's just a basic flat $4,000 trip. This is what it's going to cost to get us there, and this is how I'm going to save. Now, how much am I going to get back on my savings, and where am I going to get the most for that? Now, this is, a basic general idea of your best bets. The number 5 best bet of saving for a Walt Disney trip is the balance transfer credit card. Now, this is for the people that like to put it on a credit card and just go. I'm not saying to do that because it's bad credit, it's going to be bad on everything. But if you do it, I would suggest that you put it on a credit card that you currently have and transfer it to a 0% credit card. They have 0% interest credit cards for 12 months. Some have 18 months. They're all different and they're all out there. I think the best one you could get is probably the Discover. I think that's a 12-month card and it's 0% interest for the 12 months, except they do charge you a 3% fee for transfer fees, which is, fine. That's you're going to pay on a $4,000 trip, you're going to pay, I think it's about $120 for that trip. Now, it's a lot better than putting it on a credit card and paying 15%, depending on your credit card. And you have 12 months to pay that off. And you could separate that into monthly payments. I think it's $333 a month, or $350, pretty close to $350 for that savings. So if you're saving $350 a month and you're putting that towards that credit card, that trip will be paid off in 12 months. So before you even go on the trip, that card will be paid off. So a year ahead of time, and you're good to go. Now, the number 4 way of getting the most and saving for your Disney vacation is the basic savings account, which is your wherever bank around the corner, your brick and mortar bank type of place, where they're offering you half a point maybe. Some credit unions, your neighborhood credit union, they might offer you 3/4 of a point. So basically, on a $4,000 investment that you're putting into, say, weekly, you're going to get out about $30, maybe $30, $25 to $30 on those interest rates. So the terrible interest rates, and you just have to deal with it. It's a savings account. That's, some people, it's better than nothing. It's better than paying $120 when you put it on the credit card. So you actually get something for it. So you're not negative. So $25 is fine. You deal with it. Now, the next one is, at number 3 is, what are we doing? Are we taking a break? All right, we're gonna Fast Eddie wants me to take a break. So we will be right back after this.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Fancy Coffee Shop Coffee Pourer.
Mr. Fancy Coffee Shop Coffee Pourer.
What do you do with a master's degree in art history? You get a nose ring and pour coffee for a living.
Pour it on now.
Why is it called a latte? Maybe because it costs a latte, and it takes a latte time to make.
A whole lot of latte.
Someone ordered a cappuccino? Step aside. Let the man who works the milk foamer take over.
Step aside.
Sure, you charge $5 for a cup of coffee. It's putting that tip jar out that takes real guts.
Yeah.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, guru of the ground roast. It's not the caffeine that gives us the buzz. It's you.
Mr. Fancy Coffee Shop Coffee Pourer.
Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch, Fort Collins, Colorado.
All right, that was awesome. We are back with the top 5 ways of saving for your Disney World vacation. All right, where were we? Number 3. No, we are on number 3, right? Yes. Number 3 is the Disney Vacation Account. Now, the Disney Vacation Account is DVA, I think it's called. The DVA. Everything's abbreviated with Disney. It's WDW, DVA, DVC, ADR, right? It's like, what? Do we have to abbreviate everything? MDE? Okay. Yeah, the number 3 is the Disney Visa account. Now, with the Disney Visa account, it's... I don't know. It's some people like this savings account. I don't particularly, but I think there are other ways that you could save your money and be better off. It's a way that people going to great lengths to save for a family of 4 to take a 5-day vacation for 4 parks, spending $200 a day, blah blah blah. All right. Sorry about that. Now, for every $1,000, this is the deal with this plan. For every $1,000, you get a $20 gift card, which puts this at 2%, which is really, really good nowadays. So you get a $20 gift card for every $1,000 that you spend on the vacation. You have to purchase. This money has to go to Disney itself. You cannot buy tickets through another seller or your work, wherever. It has to be purchased through Disney. Your resort has to be purchased through Disney. Everything has to be purchased through Disney. Now, say it's a $4,000 vacation, but $1,000 of it is going to airfare. Now, you're only going to spend $3,000 for Disney. You're only going to get 3 $20 gift cards, okay, which equals $60. So you're getting the rates are going up. You're getting $60 now. So, the account has to be open at least 120 days. So you have to have 120 days on that plan in order for it to work. Then you have to spend that money on a Disney vacation. So you have to purchase. Then they will give you Disney gift cards. It's not cash. It's you're not getting anything. You're getting a gift card. That's, to me, in my eyes, that's like saying, here, we're going to give you 3 t-shirts. Your family of 3 is going on a vacation, and here's 3 t-shirts. Thanks for giving us your money, and, hey, it's something, yeah, sure. Something for nothing, sure. But I am not a big fan of this account. You do get a little bit more for your money, but it's a gift card, and the gift cards can be used for a lot of things, but I think cash is king in something like this. So that is the number 3 way of saving money on your Disney vacation. Now, the number 2 way is the reward cards, credit cards. Now, with a rewards card, I'm a big fan of the Southwest. There are other ones, the Chase Sapphire. Chase has got a lot of really good reward card type things, and you can use them for travel, and you can use them for all different things. And the Southwest, they just came out with the 60,000 points. So with that, you put down, you say it's a $4,000 trip, you put $4,000 trip within the first 2 months of opening this card, and you'll get 60,000 points to use for your airline, Southwest, and you go, you book it. It's pretty much almost a family of 4, depending on what time of year you're going, but you're gonna get a savings on that card of free travel, basically. So you do getting that back, which is a big, it could be almost $1,000. Now your savings has just increased. So your trip cost, say, $4,000. You just got free airfare. Now you have to put, I think it's $2,000 in the first 3 months or 2 months or 3. I don't know. You have to check. But it is definitely worth it. The Sapphire is the same thing. You put so much on it, and you get so much back. They're great cards. I would definitely suggest them. You get a lot more for your money. It's definitely worth it, and I would definitely check it out. But they are credit cards, so you have to be careful with those, because if you don't pay those bills off within a certain amount of time, you get hit with high interest. So that savings that you got on the plane is just being taken away monthly by not paying off your balance. And if you're not paying off your balance, you get hit with 15% or whatever, 13% that those cards are. And that trip is just decreasing every month that you have that card. So if you don't have the money to be throwing at these credit cards in your savings or anything, then paying a monthly fee of $350, because that's what you're going to have to do, it's going to take a lot longer. I mean, I think say it's 13%. You're talking $500. $500 you just had to eat, because you did get almost $1,000 in airfare, but you just had to pay them $500 in interest. So you got to be careful on how you do it. So that you are getting the most benefit through there. You do have a savings of $500, but it is what it is when you come to those credit cards. So the number 1 way to save money for your Disney vacation is online banks. Not your basic bank around the corner. Your online bank, which you make direct deposits to from your paycheck. This way you do not see it. It goes directly to these online banks, and you have a higher percent interest. You get almost 2% on some of these banks, 1.5%. Some of them just 1%. You're getting those factored in when you're paying online banks for savings accounts. So now there are so many different kinds, but I would definitely suggest Ally and Synchronicity. and even Discover. They all have great rates. You're talking a point to a point and a half, point and a quarter that you're going to get back. I think Ally has the best. It costs nothing to open. There's no monthly fee. There's nothing. You can deposit every month into these accounts. You're getting a point and a half or whatever, and you can withdraw at any time. The thing with these things that are so good is you can't touch it. I mean, it's easy to access, but when it's on autopilot like that, when you're depositing that every paycheck, say you're depositing $300 every paycheck, or $333 every paycheck to Ally, then you're going to save over the course of 12 months. You're going to save $4,000 plus, I think Capital One 360 is another great one. You're going to save $64, $65 on that account over the course of the 12 months. Now, it's not like the Southwest cards, but with the Southwest card, you have to have that money up front to pay it, if that makes sense. So if you have that money up front, you have $4,000 sitting in the bank, and you put your Disney trip paid by the Southwest card. Now the Southwest card has a $4,000 payment on it, and you take that $4,000 from your savings and you pay that off with no interest, then yes, that's a great deal. But a lot of people don't have that option. So this is based on a 12-month period and saving for that account. So the most you're going to get money-wise is basically going to be a online banking. It's safer. It doesn't hurt your credit. You're not going to, get caught in a 13% or 15% and with fees and all that stuff. This is a flat rate of, $65. It's not a lot, but in my eyes, it's better than 3 t-shirts. So those are the top 5 ways to save money for your Disney vacation. All right, that is it. And we will be right back to close out the show right after this.
Caution! Do not hold button for more than 5 seconds.
You are now free to move about the cabin.
All right, well, that is it for this week's show. This week was the top 5 ways of saving for your Disney vacation. If you have any questions, comments, anything, suggestions, send them on over to goasmickey.com or send an email to goasmickey@gmail.com. We are also on Facebook. Give us a like over there. Instagram. We're on Stitcher. We're on all the podcasts, Google Play, iTunes. If you head over to iTunes, give us a review over there. And if you could text this show to 2 of your Disney friends and help us spread the word and support the show. Thank you all for listening and downloading. And until next time, Disney Nation, rock on.
Head on over to goaskmickey.com or check us out on Facebook or leave us a review on iTunes.